So whether it's a real estate agent or whether it's a broker, the reasons for needing a coach are kind of the same. So one of the biggest things to determine whether you need a coach or not, one of the biggest things is you're going to feel overwhelmed. So if you feel like, at the end of the day, you look back and you're not getting certain things done, which are your high priority things, you're not getting those accomplished, but you worked the entire day and you didn't get done what you needed to get done. Like if you're a broker and you needed to make some connections and some follow-ups with people that are possible prospects for recruiting that you wanted to hire, or if you're an agent and you look back at your day and you know that there's some leads that didn't get taken care of the way that they're supposed to, or if you're a broker and there are some agents that you've talked to that you think might be a good fit, but you need to really roll your sleeves up and take a look at their social media a little bit, take a look at their production a little bit, look and see if they're listing to buy side volume actually fits the profile of your office. Or review the numbers that you went over in a coaching session with them. If you didn't get to those type of things with the recruits, or if you're an agent, if you didn't get to those type of things with possible customers to do business with, that's a big sign that you need some help, that you need someone to help kind of guide you through it. It's not that a coach is going to step in and do those things for you during the day, but they are going to help you understand how to prioritize those and how to delegate those in a way that is going to open up your time so that you can get the high priority things done and not be bogged down by the other stuff that you don't necessarily need to be doing. The next good reason why you would need a coach is you're frustrated, and you know that not just that your time isn't being dealt with the way that you need to, but that some of the opportunities that you have, that you're not capitalizing on them as much as you need to. And I'll use broker and recruiting as an example here. So let's say that you have the opportunity to speak at your board office and have a conversation about lead generation in front of a bunch of real estate agents. Okay, so of course that's not the time to recruit, but that is the time to put your culture on display. And so some of the people that you meet in there, you're never going to want to you don't want them as part of your office. We all know that, right? The bulk of them, that's not going to be the case. However, there are going to be some people that are in that class or in that group that you're going to want to follow up with. After a couple of weeks go by, you end up getting frustrated because you didn't follow up or follow through with them the way that you needed to. That's the kind of frustration I'm talking about that leads to you really wanting to have a coach. If you had that connection, if you opened that door with them, if you began the conversation with them, if you began to build rapport with them, and then that falls by the wayside because of time management, because of you don't have things in place that allow you to comfortably offer value to them the way that you want. Because remember, the first thing that they want to experience from you is culture, and the first thing they want to receive from you is value. So if you don't have those things in place, it can be frustrating. And then the next thing you know, you start to believe you're not good at recruiting because you don't have those things in place. That's where a coach really steps in. That's where a coach really helps out. The next thing is you need somebody to talk to, right? And some days we all think it's a therapist is who we need to talk to in real estate. I'm very aware of that, but that's not what I'm talking about this time. What I'm talking about this time is somebody to bounce some ideas off of. Somebody that has some understanding of the space that you're in, and some understanding of the things that you're trying to accomplish, and that they can be completely objective about giving you feedback if you need it, or just of being the soundboard for you to get through the things that you need to get through, to make sure that you vet them out properly. So having somebody to bounce ideas off of, having somebody to talk about is a third really great reason why somebody if you're running into those things and you feel like you don't have somebody that you can really open up and talk to. That's a good reason to have a coach. And finally, and I mean this is probably the most obvious, so that's why I left it for last. You're not getting the results in your business the way that you wanted. That's why most real estate agents get into coaching, is because they know they're not operating at a level of efficiency that is going to allow them to achieve what they want to achieve with their business, either from a financial standpoint or from a recognition standpoint. So if they're not getting the results that they need, that's why they go out and get a coach. Well, the same thing is true with real estate brokers. If you're not hitting the levels that you need to be hitting, absolutely a real estate coach that specializes in in dealing with brokers and recruiting specifically is something that would help you out tremendously, because what it's going to do is it's going to put systems in place that are your systems, ones that work for you. That's what a coach does. A coach is not a stamp one size fit all consultant that just hands you something, and at least a good coach, and hands you something and says, okay, you need to go do this. It's somebody that walks you through whether or not that's the best option for you, allows you to decide, and then supports you from an accountability standpoint to make sure you put that in place so it's a habit or second nature to your business. That's what a good coach does, and honestly, that's where it's going to make the difference in your business, is those things becoming a habit or a system that's in your daily ritual that allows you to be able to have the growth that you want to have. The other thing that it allows you to do is when the time comes and you get ready to allow other people to help you out with certain things, there's a process and a system in place. If you're dealing with a really good coach, there's a process and system in place that allows you to hand it off so that you can start looking at even the bigger picture. So that's whenever you start stepping away from the recruiting systems and the training systems and all of those other things, and actually start to take a look at the other things that, when you cut and trim them just a little bit, make a huge difference in your business. As always, Prospect Boomerang just wants to be part of your win.